Imagine one day you're just peacefully taking the SAT when bang, a wall of text appears on your screen. You look right. There's more. This is what you're going to do. In order to get any reading comprehension question correct, you need to understand the passage. So, as I read the passage, what I'm going to do is break the passage into segments and summarize each part and put it together. So, let's read the first chunk. Platycines, marine invertebrate representing a subset of steninophores, or comb jellyfish, are believed to achieve biodiversity in the deepest reaches of ocean trenches, despite the absence of a large body of corroborating evidence. When I translated this into normal people terms, I got that, although there is not a lot of evidence, there are probably varieties of this type of jellyfish. Now let's read the second section. In fact, some of the research most instrumental in enhancing current understanding of Platycene varieties proceeds from samples gathered in 1928. From this, I got that we have new information on this topic from something we got a long time ago. Let's move on to the next section now. These specimens were reassessed by Nicholas Bezio and Alan G. Collins. With the assistance of three-dimensional X-ray technologies, these scientists recently determined that the 1928 samples, which were once thought to represent a single deep-sea species, come from at least two species of platyceans, a finding suggestive of biodiversity among these organisms that could prove greater than anticipated. I think all this really does is zoom in on the second chunk. Now I am going to see which answer choice best matches up with this summary I have created. First, let's test answer choice A. Research by Bezio and Collins indicates that a complete picture of Platycene species diversity can be achieved with minimal work to find new Platycene species. Let's highlight the words complete and minimal here. You have to make assumptions not directly in the text, which means we can cross off this answer choice. Next, answer choice B. By using a method reliant on three-dimensional X-ray examination, Bezio and Collins have modified a thesis about Platycene species diversity that has been promoted by other contemporary researchers. This answer cannot be correct since there is no thesis mentioned anywhere in the passage. Now, if we look at answer choice C, it states, achieving a more precise understanding of Platycene biodiversity will rely on the development of new technologies to examine existing samples. There isn't anything obviously wrong about this answer choice. However, the passage never directly states or indicates that advances in our understanding of this topic must come from the development of new technologies and examining existing samples. Because of this, it cannot be correct. At this point, if I was low on time, I would just select D and move on, but just in case, let's check it anyways. Despite its reliance on decades-old specimens, research by Bezio and Collins offers clarity about the species diversity of platycenes. The text states that, in fact, samples were gathered in 1928. The use of this transition suggests that this is surprising, which makes the usage of the word despite in the answer choice accurate. It also does not overreach the claim, as it does not use definitive language, rather saying that it offers clarity, which is a similar phrase as the one used in the passage. Thus, we can conclude that there is nothing wrong with this answer, and since the other three answers are wrong, the answer must be D.